Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some sultana and lemon fairy cakes. So these are going to be a small cake, similar to cupcakes or muffins, but they're smaller. They're the same diameter, but they're not so tall basically. And these were a cake which are very popular when I was a child. Now I'm putting some sultanas in mine, and I'm putting in some lemon zest, and I'm going to put a little bit of lemon icing on the top. But you don't need to do that. You can have them as plain as you want, or you can add other little things in if you want to. It's a very simple recipe, and I have these little paper cases which are similar to muffin cases, but again not so deep. So I have 12 of those on a bun tin, and I also have some of these little tart tins which I have greased so that I can put some batter into those and make slightly different shapes as well. And I start off by preheating my oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 160 Celsius with a fan, 350 Fahrenheit. And I'll go on to the ingredients. And for this I have 110 grams, which is 2/3 of a cup plus 1 tablespoon of self-raising flour. That's based on scooping packed flour into a 250 milliliter cup. Now, if you only have plain flour, use the same amount of plain flour and put in about a teaspoon of baking powder, and that would work fine. I have 110 grams, which is half a cup minus 1 teaspoon of softened unsalted butter, 110 grams, half a cup plus 2 teaspoons of caster sugar, 2 medium eggs which I've beaten, that would be large in the USA, the zest from 1 lemon, and 30 millilitres, 2 tablespoons of milk, although I may not need all of the milk. I also have here 50 grams, which is about 1/4 of a cup or so, of sultanas, which I have soaked for a while, and then I've drained them and patted them dry. And for the icing, it's just going to be a thin icing basically. I'm going to use 55 grams of icing sugar, which is about half a cup, and up to 15 millilitres, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So that's all the ingredients, and we simply need to make the batter and put it into the oven. And the first thing I'm going to do is to put my sugar into a bowl, and I'm going to add my lemon zest in, and I'm going to rub that between my fingers to release the oils into the sugar. Now the eagle-eyed among you may notice one of my hands is covered with a glove. That's because when cutting the lemon open to get the juice, I hacked my finger. So with the lemon zest rubbed in, I'm going to add my butter into the sugar, and I'm going to cream those together using my hand mixer until it's nice and pale and fluffy. So that's good like that. So then I'm going to add my beaten egg a little bit at a time and mix that through as well. and that's good enough like that. So then I'm going to put my flour in, and I'm going to fold that through until that's fully combined. And that's probably good enough, because I'm going to add in my sultanas and just mix those through as well. And with that mixed through, I'm simply going to add a little drop of my milk, and I'm going to do this a bit at a time. I want to mix the milk in until the batter is a dropping consistency, so that it slides reasonably easily off my spatula. So that's dropping off, and I've used about 20 millilitres, so 4 teaspoons of my milk. So I need to put that now into my paper cases and my prepared tart tins. And so I'm going to take about 31 grams of batter and put it into each of my cases. So I've filled my 12 paper cases, and I've filled 4 of the little tart tins as well, and I'm going to put those into the oven, and I'm going to bake them for 8 to 10 minutes until they rise up nicely and the skewer poked into the centre comes out clean. Then I'll take them out of the oven and leave them to cool down, and once they've cooled down I'll come back, we'll make the little bit of icing and put that on the top. I baked the fairy cakes for 10 minutes, and I didn't think they were quite done, so I left them in for another 2 minutes, so that's 12 minutes altogether. Then I took them out and I let them cool a little bit in the on the tray, and then I transferred them to a wire rack. So this is what they look like. And I've taken the ones that were in the tart tin out of the tin so you can see those, and these are the ones that were in the paper cases. So I'm simply going to make some icing, and I'm going to put some of my lemon juice into the bowl with the icing sugar, and that's now about a tablespoon I've put in. I may put some more in, I've got more if I need it, because I want this to be quite a loose icing. And I should say I sifted the icing sugar to make sure there were no lumps. That's a little drop more lemon juice going in. And that's not bad, but I'm actually going to make it just that little bit looser. And then I'm simply going to dip the 4 that were in the cake pans into the icing. Like that. And then with the remainder, I'm going to simply drizzle a little bit onto each cake. This is just to impart a little bit of extra lemon flavour basically. And then I'm going to take a brush and I'm simply going to brush the icing over like that, and I've got a little bit of lemon juice in my dish which is going to help it spread nice and easily. And with that brushed over like that, just a thin layer, I'm going to leave those to set for a little while, and then I'll come back and we'll have a taste. So having let that little bit of icing set on the top of the cakes, I'll have a taste of one. Has that lovely lemony flavour from the icing first, but then you get the softness of the cake, very, very soft indeed, and then the little bite of fruitiness as you bite into a sultana as well. So these are perfect little cakes, I think, to take on things like picnics. They're even ideal for going into children's lunch boxes for when they go to school or things like that, rather than the fuller size muffin or the fuller size cupcake. One of these is a nice little snack. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give me the thumbs up below and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there'll be an eye that you can click on, and that will take you to a link for the recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well, and I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.